Hello everyone. We are talking today with Dharmendra Gaurji. He is the chairman and managing director of Taylormade Renewables Limited. How are you, sir?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm fine.
Okay. The company had come up with an issue in SME segment in 2018 and it got shifted to main board recently and the current market price is rupees 281. So, Dharmendra ji, please tell us about the core business of the company.
The Taylormade Renewables Limited, as suggested, started its journey from renewable energy, where we manufacture solar thermal applications. And these are something which is new to the market. It is not photovoltaics as people understand. Here we generate heat and we run the solar thermal applications. Thermal applications are something like heating, cooling, cooking. These are the things which are, like normally into thermal side of energy. So that is what our core business is. And since last 5 years, we had jumped into solar, not solar, but hazardous wastewater stream, where this hazardous wastewater is something which the market did not have any real treatment of that water. So here what we did is, if we see before a few years, the complete dye intermediate markets, the pesticides market, the API markets were more into China, Canada, European countries, American countries. But recently you find everything has been dumped into Saika and Dahej. So what really happens is there is no treatment for such kind of water. That is where TRL patented few technologies, and now we are giving solutions to the best of the corporates in the world. If we talk about in pesticides, we are doing business with PI Industries. We are going to treat that 6 lakh liters of water at our build on operate plant near Tarapur. For Asian Paints, for paint industry, we are giving them a solution for their typical hazardous water, which there was no solution till date. If we talk about beverages, then the sugary water of Coca-Cola is being treated on our technology. So that is again one feather in our cap. Similarly, for phenolic kind of hazardous wastewater, which is highly corrosive of dipophenolics, we are treating that. For API, we are giving solutions to Dr. Reddy, and to AMI Organics, we already have 4 plants running over there. So right now, what we are trying to give is the solution to the painful industries into the hazardous wastewater sites. So that does not mean that we are a company, those who are treating hazardous wastewater. But if you see that we are now mastering our technologies, or we have now 3 patents already granted, 6 are in pipeline. In next couple of months, we will have all of them. So we are becoming a company which can do separation technology. Separation is, like if you want to separate anything from a mass, we have the technologies now, and that are being patented also. We have technologies which we can concentrate or evaporate. And the third thing which we have a patent now is for solvent recovery system, which is first time in globe. Not even a tabletop model or a paper has been published, and we have patented this technology. It is first closed loop solvent recovery plant with 1/20th of the operating cost. So that these three things right now, which has already we have granted patents for, is going to change the complete down what do you call bottom line, top line, everything for the company. And pretty soon the results will come that will show our growth story and other things. So this is what the
Okay.
company is doing right now. Uh,
Okay. So, what have been the major achievements of the company?
See, if we talk about, like tailor-mades, like I can tell you that we are right now standing on three different, वो लोग बोलते हैं ना मेरा तंबू तीन बम्बू पे खड़ा है.
Verticals,
So
three
these
different
three, yeah, three
verticals.
verticals, like what we always, if that is not there in the product line or the technology which we are implementing, it has to be energy efficient, it has to be innovative, and it has to support the environment. So these three things are the core business of TaylorMade. So whatever we do covers these three things, and innovation is number one, where, like if you see all the three products and even into solar thermal. when we talk about solar thermal, we have a tie-up now with Indian Oil Corporation Limited. First plant is coming up in Faridabad, which I think will be, inaugurated maybe in next week's time, maybe maximum. It will be inaugurated by the CMD of the Indian Oil or maybe even the Minister of Petroleum. So that will open the gates for solar thermal. So it will be on the autonomous mode. So where we do not need to do any hard work. All the PSUs have been, asked to implement these technologies. We also have some plants installed for their cooking system applications into refineries. We have one in Baroda refinery, other one is coming in Panipat, Mathura refinery. So वो तो आता रहेगा. See, that is not, so solar thermal side is now on the autonomous mode. Once we have giving solutions to the big corporates and the multinationals, that also business or the field as a whole. Suppose you are doing business with beverages, with Coca-Cola. So the solution which we have given, Chaitali, is a global solution. The sugary water cannot be treated by any conventional technologies right now in the world. Okay? So this solution is going globally, and for next 4 or 5 years, it is a solution where we have to go on giving it to Coca-Cola alone, because only in India they have 22 plants. Again, they have their franchises, they have their bottlers, they have the other people, those who also have the same problem. So it is Hindustan Coca-Cola, then it is Hindustan Coca-Cola Beverages Corporation. They have now tied up with some Jubilant Group. So they are also going to be, this Reliance is coming up with the same technology, Campa and other things. So there
Yes.
is no end to, once you are giving a solution to one application. Similarly, we are giving it for refineries to SABIC, where we are giving solution for spent caustic water and the salty waters. So people, those who are into this field, know very well that these solutions are done by a small company, Taylormade. Okay, so the business or the growth story is so good or so intact and so innovative. And we are not competing with anyone. If you ask us that, if you compare us with, we have no comparison as such, because we have our own technologies, our own solutions. We are not trying to imitate any other technology. I can take
Right.
your next question.
Yeah. So who are your blue chip clients?
See, as I said, you Asian Paints into beverages, or sorry, into paint industry, beverages, I have Hindustan Coca-Cola. For petroleum industry or the oil marketing companies, we can call Indian Oil, and again, SABIC, which is like the world's giant. If we talk about APIs, Ami Organics and Dr. Reddy's. If we talk about pesticides, it is PI Industries. So we are trying to more concentrate or to work with big giants. The reason being that we learn so many things with them, and they are keen about implementing certain innovative solutions.
Okay. So how do you look at opportunities?
Ma'am, I can say I am at a very right time, okay, because people right now are adaptive to certain technologies. They are becoming much more patriotic towards the country, towards the environment. So I see great opportunities, and the kind of solutions which we are providing has a very bright future for next generations to come.
So, and what are the current major challenges which company is facing?
See, challenges is, like when we talk about, say, net zero emissions, okay? The country's prime minister talks every time about green things, green initiatives, innovative startups and other things, okay? So we are a very good company, like where if you want to go in for 5 trillion, 10 trillion kind of an economy, you need to have a better treatment systems. You require something which is very environment friendly. So that is where we fall in quite well. For the solar thermal applications, the net zero things, which 32,000 crores have already been granted to Indian Oil and NTPC as a nodal agency. We are partners with them. So you can understand the kind of business which will come into solar thermal side. So we see very good opportunities. The current scenario and everything is, I think, it's a very smooth drive for us.
Okay. So please tell us about your manufacturing facility, which is in Kerala and one Gujarat, right? Please tell us
No. See,
about that.
basically, it is a misunderstanding. We have it in Kerala Industrial Estate. Kerala is a village near Ahmedabad.
Oh,
That is where we have two factories. Okay.
okay.
And these factories, so we have two different factories. Why it is? Reason being, it is very adjusting. It doesn't have a wall, but one takes care of all the mild steel and other kind of products which we manufacture, or solar thermal on one side, and the other, which is stainless steel and other thing, is manufactured to the other side. Because technically, you cannot manufacture it at one place because it is your stainless steel becomes highly corrosive because of the atmospheric small metals, which goes into the atmosphere. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, please tell us about the new projects of the company.
See, I'll tell you. So the first thing, the new thing which we have bought up is a patented technology for improvement into sugar manufacturing process. This will revolutionize the complete technology, wherein this product, which will be made on this technology would be 100% natural sugar. Your yield of the sugar will be 10% more. The cost of sugar will be 1/10. So right now, if you see the Ganna Kisan, the manufacturing process does not allow to pay them at time. Every year, there has to be some kind of subsidies and other things given to the farmers and to the manufacturing mills. So all these things will go away. First time, you will be able to become a profitable company, okay, with this technology.
Okay. Sir, please tell us about the new international tie-ups which you have done currently.
See, international, right now we're working with, we have already supplied one plant to Kenya that was for spent wash concentration. This application is into the ethanol manufacturing kind of process. The left out is called a spent wash. So we have given a plant in Kenya for concentration of spent wash, that is zero liquid discharge into ethanol industries. And the second thing which we are doing right now, we are at a very crucial stage, or all the negotiations have been over and the ordering phase is going on. That is for SABIC, Saudi Arabia. We are directly working with their application people, and this would bring in huge revenue. And they have many streams where they do not have the technology. So our technology fits in quite well. They had come to India, they did our own trials, everything went all fine. So international business should pick up pretty soon.
What is the percentage ratio of the international business and the local?
International business as such is near to 1%, 2%. But now, once you start the sugar manufacturing process, patents will, when it will start, there will be having so much of export. But maybe next couple of years, it should be 50-50 or maybe 70-80%, maybe the exports.
Okay. So what are the financial strengths of the company?
The financial strength as such, like say from 2020 to till date, if you see our growth story is very consistent.
Yes.
Everything is going on fine. Next year, we may be doubling or maybe tripling near to with the kind of patented products which we have. So till date, what was there, Chaitali, was like कहाँ लगा है, क्या लगा है, किसको दिया है, as if you also asked me the same questions, के who are your clients, वगैरह वगैरह.
Yeah.
So that phase of the company has passed. So now the real business should start, and that will be seen into our bottom line and top line.
So what are the expansion plans of the company for next 3 years?
Expansion, I'll tell you, we are working on to so many verticals. Okay, so if you see, one is your vertical of pesticides, one is the vertical of. See, in hazardous water also there are so many different products. See, why somebody is saying that, okay, 5 trillion economy, 10 trillion economy. People know what to do, but the hazardous water which comes out from different manufacturing processes does not have the treatment. So that is where we fall in. So this kind of product line and everything. So one vertical is hazardous wastewater, one into pesticides, paint industry, this. So if you just categorize to PI, okay, PI can give me a top line of 100 crores per year. I'm telling you, only PI, and that you will see in my next year balance sheet, because we are putting a build on operate plant for PI, which is of 6 lakh liters. Okay, and the kind of ROI and the kind of turnover which will, because the treatment cost which we are going to take them every day would be around 25, 30 odd lakhs,
Right.
So that is the kind of revenue streams or the verticals which we are working.
Okay. So how do you look at next 3 years for the solar thermal sector?
See, solar thermal, as I said, it is on the autonomous mode. Once this plant is installed, see now what we are giving this application uh, for the lube oil division of Indian Oil, okay, they are putting up the first pilot where they will be using the steam, okay, or the boiler feed water is fed into our solar system or solar thermal system, and that heats and generates the temperature goes up to 95 degrees centigrade, and there the boiler efficiency increases 10%. So when the boiler efficiency increases 10%, that much of fuel you are able to save. So net zero emissions will automatically fall in, because that much of fossil fuel will not go into the boiler. So that is how this they want to go. The targets are quite huge. NTPC Green and other public issues came in just under this umbrella. And we are also working under the same umbrella of net zero emissions. Or Adani and everybody, the power, Adani Green, everybody is working on the same mission. So that is where, onto solar thermal side, we are the lone company right now. In photovoltaics, you may find 100 odd companies, those who are listed and doing great things. But on solar thermal, Taylormade is the only company, and they do not have any other shoulder to rest on. So definitely, TRL will grow into solar thermal. It will be doing great. And the experience which we have, we are already market leaders into solar thermal. So that is good
Okay.
for the company.
So how do you see the future in coming next 3 years for your company?
I think my interview said everything, but
I
fine.
know, I
We
know, but I'm
see.
looking at some figures, some expectations, some
Okay,
estimated
see, like
figures.
I'll tell you, say for investor perspective kind of a thing, I'll tell you that, like it is just the startup where, like the products are now building up. The patents are now in line. We have already received it. So initially, couple of years had gone into writing the patents, researching about the patents, and doing other things. Now we have on hand the growth which you see this year. Like I think our results are almost done. We have crossed 70 odd crores this year. Okay, with a good profit. The same margins are there, and next year we should be doing about 200 odd crores. Okay, for sure. And for that, all the platform is ready. It's not about 200 crores, I'm saying, without any extra efforts. Okay, whatever we are doing, even if we do that, then also we will be there. And next, after that, like it would be doubling, tripling kind of a thing. So we are on to very good growth path. Investors should we stay invested. They will really, we are, investor friendly company. अभी तक तो कुछ था नहीं, but now, like people will see to it.
Yes, yes, of course. So what is the vision of the company?
Vision is again, if you see the three pillars which we work upon, innovation will be always number one. Even whatever we do is always, like protected by the patents, and we do not want to imitate any company. Number two, whatever we do has to be something for the environment and something for the efficiencies. Okay, there should be some saving, or we say sustainability, we say green energy, we say clean energy. All these things will always be part of the company's research and development.
Okay. So anything else you would like to add?
I think you have taken out everything from my mouth. Okay, so it was a nice interview, and I can say that like there is a huge scope, okay, of what we are doing. Uh, And as I said you, the company are market leaders will become pretty soon market leaders into separation technologies, onto the concentration technologies, and the recovery technologies. So when you have these three kind of verticals where you master the technologies, the growth is immense. Okay? Because any industry works on onto these three kind of different processes. And if you master all the three, then you are not only a hazardous wastewater treatment kind of a company, or you are not only a solar thermal company, but you have a different vast verticals here.
So last question, but not the least. Since you said you're partnering with all these companies, so what will be the format? Will it be ongoing for years, partnership for years, or it would be something like project wise?
Okay. So if we talk about Indian Oil, okay, for solar thermal business, we have a tie-up to implement this technology into the different business to government, business to consumer kind of a contract, where they will help us because the idea came to Indian Oil. They wanted to net zero. They did not find any company in India except Taylormade, so they have now partnered with us. When we talk about the applications which we are talking about with Coca-Cola or we're
Yes.
talking about Asian Paints, there like we are the technology supplier and solving their problem. So there is no tie. For Coca-Cola, we are giving them a global solution to all their Coca-Cola plants around the globe. So this is they have to take it. There is no as such agreement, but they have pain. They cannot get certain expansion ideas or plans in place unless you have the right solution to treat that water.
Right,
Even same is for Dr. Reddy. Dr. Reddy's के plant है. They are all into Hyderabad. Bolaram is the city. तो वहां से उनको they have to take it out unless they don't treat their water
right,
properly.
right.
So we are
Until
giving them a solution.
yeah, until some other company comes up with something different, they are with you.
I don't think so because we have a patent on that is the
Yeah,
reason
you
we
have
keep our
patent.
patents.
Yeah,
So
right.
that
You
is
have
why we have
patent.
our patents in
Yeah,
place.
right,
So
right,
somebody else comes in cannot copy at least for short time.
right. For at least I think
Yeah.
3 to 5 years, we can say
20
minimum.
years.
20 years?
20 years. Yeah.
Wow,
The patent has a protection for 20 years.
wow. That's
Yeah.
a nice one. So,
Yeah.
Dharmendra ji, thank you so much for your precious time and information. And it was a very different kind of company I have come across. And we look at the company as a very growing and